Okay, well, I'm waiting for my wife to get going so we can go out and run some errands. Let me expand a little on something I was talking about yesterday. Okay, I was saying somebody like me, somebody declared to be a certified paranoid schizophrenic by law, certified by law by a hearing court, hearing examiners and medical doctors determined that I'm a certified schizophrenic. This is as rare as seeing the Loch Ness monster for somebody like me. Now, how did it happen? Well, it was a fraud. How else? But the folks in that mental prison system, this is their trophy in the trophy case. My God, we can't do this. The laws protect them. And look at this. A rich boy from Bethesda, Maryland, one of the most affluent areas of the United States, the son of a doctor who went to this exclusive private school. He's even got a master's degree in literature. And we got him. We got him certified. Can you believe this? All right, so I've said, what is this like? It's like, if you've seen the movie Young Frankenstein, Frankenstein's going to bring his creation out on the stage. He says, I give you the creature, okay? Now, everybody be calm. Everybody in the audience is, oh, God. Now, take it easy. We are not children here, okay? We are scientists. So, okay, is it the saying out there in the world, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is? Well, your trophy in your case, me, the certified schizophrenic, that's too good to be true. The laws protect these folks and all that, and yet you got one like me. That's too good to be true, and it probably is. I'm saying it is true. You got to let that trophy out of your case and admit that a fraud on the level of a human rights atrocity has happened here. You don't want to let go, huh? You just love that trophy in that case. Okay, so I'm saying somebody like me is not going to break all the laws of interrelationships in a country like Japan, where no one breaks the law at all. Talking about people who will stand at a stoplight where there's no traffic, there's no people, it's nighttime, there are no headlights coming from as far away as you can see, and the street sign says, don't walk. That person will stay right there until that light turns green and says walk. That's the Japanese. They do not break laws. So they're going to say, oh, there was some mistake. This guy, he's not really a certified schizophrenic. There was a fraud, there was a big mistake. The Japanese are going to believe that. Okay. Hey, listen, would you like to buy a Brooklyn Bridge? I got one. I can sell it to you for, how about $1? You want to buy the Brooklyn Bridge for $1? How about $40 million? I'll give it to you cheap. You want to buy the Brooklyn Bridge? I'll sell it to you. Okay, so here comes my wife. So I'm saying, I do not break all the laws of Japan to get together with a television presenter who's like a goddess on Mount Olympus compared to me, where I am, okay, in American society and the world. I'm on the bottom of the entire world when it comes to status. Read the brochures in your mental prisoner, what do I call these? Mental prison guard's office. He's got brochures scattered around on his table when you go in for your appointment. Pick one of those up and read. What does it say? People with these mental diseases are looked upon as worse in status than even convicted felons in the United States. They're that low on the ladder of status in the United States, okay? So people around the world are going to say, oh, it's a schizophrenic from the United States. Come on, let's be best buddies. They must have made a mistake. Okay, so I'm going to break all the laws like a famous tennis player and go out with a TV presenter. She's going to be missing from her job. Where the hell is she? Well, we don't know. No problem with that, right? She comes back to work later. Oh, I was out. dating a famous tennis star against the laws, the dating laws of our country. Whatever laws of employment there are, right? You go missing from your job at work for like a week or two and it's all fine. Oh, she's back. So I'm going to do like that, huh? This is what I'm talking about, huh? I'm talking about this. I am not going to do that kind of thing. Now, let me put this on pause. Here's something else. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about, and I'm almost 6 minutes into this note. In Japan, you can be sued. I read this. I saw this online. You can be sued for defaming a person. No matter what it is you've done or said, if the person feels that the person has been defamed by you. Let's say you're going to praise somebody. Say, I love this TV presenter. And the TV presenter says, this lowlife creep from the United States is ruining my reputation by going online and saying he loves me and making all these praises of me online that I don't want. I'm going to sue him for $50 million, take away his house, his possessions, destroy his marriage, make sure he's put away forever for doing this to me. Well, you can do that in the country of Japan. You can do that. So, in addition to everything else I'm facing, I'm up against that, which I read is the law in that country, okay? In addition to what? I also read that a public person like a TV presenter in the country of Japan, it is against the law for you to go looking to try to even find where that person is. Okay, the person works for a certain station, that's it. That's all you know about her, him, them. You're going to try to find out where the person lives, how to contact that person. You're breaking the law in that country, according to what I've read. So I'm going to do like the famous tennis star. Hey, come on out with me. I'm a certified schizophrenic here in the United States. It was a big mistake. I'm sure you believe that. Well, isn't that what happened to me in 1988? I went to somebody for help in the news business. I was saying, because of the things I'm saying now about me as a schizophrenic by law, I got to try to navigate that around that in the United States. And I'm going to say to this person, somebody in the news, okay? Look, a mistake was made. I am not a schizophrenic. They're going to listen, right? They didn't listen. They called the police on me the first day I went up there to try to meet her. The guy told me, no, you can't meet her. And I went outside, sat at a picnic table, thinking, what the hell am I going to do? 10, 15 minutes later, the police come up and say, sir, you're going to have to leave here. The station doesn't want you around here. Leave, or you're going to be arrested. Okay. That happens to newspaper men too in the United States too. When they're going to try to they're going to camp on somebody's front lawn to get a story. So the police come and tell them, hey, you get the hell out of here or you're going to be arrested, put in jail. Okay, that doesn't happen. Okay, who am I? I've got a master's degree in American literature and I'm a writer. I'm a bona fide writer with publications online. Read them. You think they're lousily written? Read them. They're not. Okay? In addition to that, I've worked in the news business myself. I worked for the Washington Bureau of a major American newspaper. And I worked for a man who won a Pulitzer Prize in journalism. After that, okay? So I can't see myself as a potential journalist. I can't do that. Well, with all that in my background, I got the hell out of there when told. I left immediately. Okay, so with that in my background, I'm going to go to Japan, where it's against the law to look for this person. The person can sue me for defaming her, even if I'm saying this is the greatest television presenter who ever lived. And she can sue me for that. This person is defaming me. I want him sued. Well, it can happen. And would it happen to somebody like me? It might. So I'm up against all that. I'm waiting for my wife to go out somewhere. Is she ready? It looks like she's ready. So some more of my time. Here it is. I'm an old man. The clock is ticking toward the end of my life from old age. This is how I'm spending my retirement. This is the United States of lies that I'm in. I want out, but am I going to get out? Probably not. But I want out, and I'll keep saying I want out. And I don't want just out anywhere. I want out where I want to go, where it's safe for me to go, it's legal for me to go, and I'm happy to go there. It's not a place where I'm going to go and be put in jail because this, that, and the other reason. I'm not going to go there. Or I'm hated there because I'm a white man or whatever. I'm not going to do that. There are plenty of places I can go. I can afford to go. I got a good retirement. I can afford to go anywhere in the world. Do I want to go anywhere in the world? No, I don't. So that's my predicament right now. I filled in a little time here with more attempts to get the hell out of the United States and get my story out to the world of what's happened to me here. And how I can't get out of what's happened to me here, no matter how hard I try. But I'm not going to give up. That's all from me for now. Bye for now. Let me go on with my discussion. Okay. When I finally got the courage in around 2017 to go to the courts of Montgomery County, okay, to try to look up and find whatever documents I could, legal documents, enabled the criminals who wrecked my life in 1982 to do what they did, apparently legally, because the man of the year told me he had a warrant to have me arrested the way I was. How the hell did that happen? I don't know, but why did I wait from 1982 to 2017 to look into this? After I'd successfully retired, why did I do that? Well, one of the reasons is, let me go on a little, okay? I went to the courts with my wife. I wouldn't have gone alone, too scary. And I go in there and I talk to this lady who's clearly the most experienced person in the records department there at the courthouse, Montgomery County Circuit Court. She's clearly the person who's been there for years and years and years, knows everything, and she's the go-to senior employee in this department of records keeping for that court. And I say to her, look, I looked everywhere I could for records of what happened to me in 1982, and I can't find any. She said, well, what happened? And I was extremely embarrassed to tell her that people came and arrested me and involuntarily committed me. And she said, here's what she said, and she was angry when she said it. She said, well, if that happened to you, you should have looked into that right away. She's almost yelling at me, okay? So here's why I did not look into that right away. And also why I did not go to those courts until 2017. How long is that after 1982, okay? That's 35 years later, okay? Why did I wait so long? And why didn't I look into that matter the next day after I've been arrested and put in that mental prison? Why didn't I do it? Well, here's the reason I did not. I'm saying that the morning of the next day, I was taken there in the middle of the night, and that morning I was given a shot, and what I'm saying was radiation poisoning, okay? And that shot of radiation poisoning completely put me out of it completely and made me look as crazy as a hoot owl as the people who saw me said I was. So I suffered from that shot of radiation poisoning every moment of consciousness for virtually the next 2 years. The agony was beyond human speech to describe, okay? Now, because of that experience, because of what happened to me, I did not look into what happened to me the next day or any day for years to follow, okay? For 2 years I was in agony. Following that, I was what you can imagine a person is who's had all his rights taken away, nearly murdered that way, and so on.
I was terrified as I am to this day. It's taken me this long to speak up against what's happened to me out of fear from that experience. Now, that's the reason. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up. That's why, so I made my point. The point is made. That's all from me for now. Bye for now.